everybody, I want to welcome you guys to my channel, the latest channel on YouTube, period poo. Today we're going to be installing 3 bundles and a closure provided by my client. So now, as you can see, I put on my gloves. I am using the Joico brand today to bleach the knots on this closure. I am also using 30 volume developer, also in the Joico brand. Okay, you guys, so I've mixed those two together, and right now I'm stirring it into a thick paste. I want it to be as thick as possible because I don't want it to seep through at all. If it seeps through, it will turn the roots of the hair blonde, and that's not a good look. So I think it's about ready. It's really thick, so yeah, it's about ready to apply. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to grab that closure and I'm going to spread that bleach and developer all over the closure. I want that bleach to touch every single knot that's on the closure so that it looks as realistic as possible. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is take my comb and comb back any excess hairs that may be laying down on the closure, because if it's any hair laying down on the closure, it still will turn the hair blonde. So now that I've combed those back, I can go in now and apply the bleach to any spots that I may have missed, and I'll continue to do that until I have completely covered the closure. Okay, now I'm ready to braid my client down. She has some beautiful hair, but we're gonna braid this down as flat as possible. Okay, she's getting the middle part today. I add a little bit of edge control down the middle of her part so that it stays separated. It doesn't damage the hair, it won't do anything to it. That's just something I do to keep the hair separated. Okay, so now we can start braiding. Okay, for my braid downs, I braid away from the part all the way to the back. So you can see me starting the braid right there from the center, and I'm going to take that braid all the way back to the nape area. Now that I have her all flat and secure and completely braided down, I can move on to applying her wig net. With that wig net, I put that over it to protect her hair, as well as it gives me a guide for my closure, exactly where I want it to lay. I placed that over her ears because I don't want that band to be in the way of me trying to lay that first track, as you'll see later on. I placed that track under the braid so that she's able to pull it in a ponytail. Now I am starting to sew the first bundle in because that closure is still not done. But I take that first bundle and I place it underneath that braid, and I start to stitch it as close as I can because that first track is very important. Okay, now that the knots have completely bleached and I am ready to install this closure, I am now going to pluck it a little bit because that hairline is very harsh and thick. So I'm going to pluck it until it looks natural. I don't necessarily have a plucking technique. I just eyeball it a little bit and I pluck it until it's to my liking. Some people may pluck it more, some people might not pluck it as much. However, this is what works for me, and this is what I consider natural. Finally, you guys, I'm now done plucking, and as you can see, I plucked a lot, but it's gonna be so cute. I want you guys to stay tuned to see the finished product. Now that I'm finished plucking, I can go in and I can add a skin color concealer to the back of the closure. You want that to be as close to the skin color of your client as possible so that that closure can melt, honey. Yes, stay tuned, you guys. Okay, you guys, moving on. So now that I have applied the concealer to the back of the closure, I can now place the closure onto my client's head. I place the closure right in front of my client's hairline because a closure is supposed to be a protective hairstyle. Therefore, you want to make sure none of your client's hair is out whatsoever. Okay, so here for sure, you want to make sure that the stitching is extremely close together because you want that closure to be flat and secure. Also, yes, those first stitches are sewn onto the band of the net. Okay, now that I have my client's closure completely sewn on all the way around, I'm going to go underneath the closure and I'm going to cut that band that's under there. Let's take a minute and admire how natural this closure looks already, you guys. Now I have installed all of my client's bundles and look how flat that sewing is, you guys. Now what we're going to do is take that and pull it up. Ask your client to hold it, please, and cut the net. Any excess net that's hanging out around it, you want to make sure that you cut that off. Okay, you guys, now that I've cut all of that excess net off, what I'm going to do is go across and cut the lace off of the closure. I just gotta say it, y'all. Look at that closure. Period, Pooh. Okay, y'all, now I'm just applying a little Nairobi foam across the top of her hair. I do this so that I can get rid of any strayaways or any fly hairs that are in the way of me laying down her baby hairs. I noticed a little bit of the net is still on her head, so I'm going to cut that off a little bit later. You guys just stay tuned to see the finished look. Next, what you'll see here is I'll begin to pluck her part. I literally pull one piece at a time because I want that part to be as crisp and straight as possible. Oh my goodness, you guys, do y'all see that part? It is perfect. Okay, so now that I have plucked her part, I'm moving on to the next step. Y'all, this is my client's favorite part. She loves her baby hair, so I'm gonna give her some very cute baby hairs, y'all. So what I do is I have her to hold that and I pull the back into a ponytail. Look how flat that sewing is, y'all. She can wear a sleek ponytail if she wanted to, but that's not what we're gonna do today, you guys. So now that I pulled it back into a ponytail, I can begin to lay her baby hairs. I take my little mini scissors that I purchased at the beauty store and I cut her baby hairs. I cut them uneven. I don't want any of them to be the same size, so I'm kind of just chopping away, making it just random. Now I'm going to take my Got To Be and I'm going to place it on the baby hairs. Don't put it on the closure. I do not use any adhesive on my closure. I am using it strictly for the baby hairs. She loves dramatic baby hairs, so we're going to make them a little dramatic and very cute. I'm just going to say it because I know a lot of y'all are wondering too, but where is the lace, honey? Please find the lace. If you find it, send me your Cash App. I got you. Okay, you guys, now I'm completely done with her baby hairs, and I'm going to place paper wrap around her head and place her under the dryer. Okay, my client is now from under the dryer. I placed her under the dryer for about 15 minutes. Now that I'm taking the paper wrap off, I see the little spot that I am needing to cut. It's the cap that I left on there. I see a little bit of it, so I'm just gonna go in and cut that off. Okay, now that I'm done with that, I can continue on to style my client. She usually goes straight, but today she decided she wanted curls, so I'm using my Babyliss curlers to achieve the look that she wants. Okay, you guys, so my client's hair was a little hard to hold curls, so we decided to pin curl it and spray some holding spray on there, and now I'm going to add a little shine to that. After I add that shine, I'm going to take the pins out. These curls are going to be so bomb, I can tell already, so you guys just stay tuned for the finished product. Okay, now that I've taken all of the curls out, I'm going to use my rake comb and comb my client's curls out. Okay, you guys, we finally come to the end and the finished product is coming up. But first, I want to thank you guys so much for tuning in to my first video. Make sure you like and subscribe if you like this video, because I'll be posting more weekly. Again, thank you guys, and the finished product is up next.